This is my finance video for EDAD923, Kansas Community Colleges. In 1922, the Kansas Association of Community Colleges, forerunner of the Kansas Association of Community College Trustees, or KACCT, was formed. In 1994, KACCT, a nonprofit corporation, was formed to serve our colleges and their locally elected boards in providing accessible, affordable, and quality education, providing education opportunities and leadership development, coordinating one voice advocacy, respecting the unique strengths of all the community colleges. So community colleges in Kansas were authorized by the Kansas legislature in 1917. Others were created in the 1960s by legislative action, and local enthusiasm yielded voter approval for these community colleges. Currently, 19 colleges are governed by local elected boards. The colleges are supported by local mill levies, state support, and student tuition. The coordinating responsibility resides with the Kansas Board of Regents, and this has been that way since 1999. So altogether, the average annual added income due to the activities of Kansas community colleges and its former students equals $3.6 billion for the state. This is equal to approximately 2.9% of total Kansas economy. For Kansas community colleges, the results indicate positive returns, a rate of return of 4.7% and a benefit cost ratio of 1.4. Basically, every dollar of state or local tax money invested in Kansas community colleges today returns $1.40. There are differences in tuition amongst the community colleges. Using Kansas City, Kansas Community College, which is the community college I've studied throughout this class, and comparing to a couple other ones, we can see that there is a different in-district, non-resident, international, and online course fees for everybody. Now, some institutions charge a different tuition and or fee rate for residents living within their taxing districts than they charge to other residents of the state who live outside the district. So basically, others have an in-district rate but charge the same resident tuition rate for all students who reside in Kansas. As you can see, Kansas City, Kansas Community College has pretty high tuition and required fees when compared to the 5 that are on here. It is interesting to note that the online fees and tuition total is the same as the in-district total. But when looking at Highland Community College, you can see their in-district total and their online total are completely different to the tune of about $30 extra. This chart shows what the percentage and where the funding comes from, be it state, the local tax base, tuition, and other sources of revenue that they have available for them for these community colleges. Kansas City, Kansas Community Colleges gets the vast majority of the revenue from county and local appropriations, but they also get it from tuition and fees, federal grants, some state and local grants and contracts, and also some state appropriations. So for 2018, the subtotal of all the revenues was $71.4 million. Throw in an extra $2.5 million, and with all total revenue, Kansas City, Kansas Community Colleges was responsible for $74 million of revenue during the 2018 calendar year. As you can see, its neighbor across the county, Johnson County Community Colleges, $192 million of total revenue they had. But they also served 29,000 students compared to the 8,400 for Kansas City, Kansas Community College. And just as a comparison of the 5 community colleges in Kansas that I chose to compare, you can see the difference of the tuition in the past 5 years for all of them. Kansas City, Kansas Community College did have a pretty significant increase in total per credit hour from 2013 to 2018, where it went from $75 to $108. As another comparison, you can see where Johnson County Community College was able to keep their tuition and fees a pretty small increase from 2013 to 2018. So in the previous graphs, we looked at how Kansas City, Kansas Community Colleges compares to some other of the community colleges in there. But with that, have there been any attempts to change community college funding in the state of Kansas. While Kansas has had some budget issues recently throughout the state, overall, the state is generally supportive of its community colleges. Now, there are some community college districts that are supportive, while some have mixed ideas. A recent example has occurred in Butler County, Kansas. In Butler County, Kansas, that is where Butler County Community College is located. What makes this interesting is that about 80% of the students at Butler Community College come from outside of Butler County. The second thing you need to know is that only Butler County residents pay property taxes to support the college. Local and state legislatures and county commissioners aren't happy about that. They're trying to pressure the college board to reduce its property tax mill levy by millions of dollars and make up for it by raising tuition on out-of-county residents, mostly those that come from Wichita. The college is the county's largest employer with about 1,400 employees currently. Out-of-county students pay $14 million in tuition and fees, about the same amount that the local property tax generates. About 20% of the 12,000-member student body comes from within Butler County. Butler County homeowners pay an annual property tax rate of 20.063 mils to support the college. The state legislature said if that was indexed to the number of credit hours actually earned by Butler County residents, it should be about 5.4 mils. So the legislature is proposing cutting the rate by 5 mils to about 15. That would slice $3.5 million off the college's property tax revenue, reducing it from $14.2 million a year to about $10.7 million a year. That would hurt the college, the supporters say. I hope you found this presentation informative, and I look forward to any feedback that you can offer or anything else that you might add to Kansas community colleges.